Guys, I just got a message. Someone is dropping something off at my home. I might have the doorbell ringing in a second. Oh, fuck.
That's fine. That's fine. Don't worry about it. There's some echo going on. Hello. All right. Welcome to the SandStorm Meetup. Thank you guys for tuning in today on this lovely day. Today we are joined by Properties, Conrad and Joe. How are you guys doing?
Hey, super good. Thanks for having us.
No, thank you guys for coming on. Usually like to start the show out with just kind of like a little bit of an introduction. So I guess, introduce you guys yourselves and tell me about, I guess who you guys are.
Joe, you want to go first?
Sure. My name's Joe. I help properties with growth and with the Discord. I'm currently living in Boston. Yeah. Is there anything else specific?
No, that's fine. You help. So you mainly just help with the Discord, living in Boston.
Yep.
Nice.
I think so. Humble, he's doing way more than just the Discord. But my name is Stuart. Or you want to add something to it, Joe? I'm sorry.
No, I still think that Discord is the big part and like where my heart is.
That's true. My name is Conrad. I'm the co-founder of Properties. I'm currently our project lead. That will also stay that way for a bit, I think. And then I'm originally from Germany, currently living there again. Was traveling the world for my studies and for work reasons between mostly Europe and Southeast Asia.
That's cool. I've been to Germany one time for Gamescom.
Yeah. Perfect.
Fun time. Nice people in Germany.
Oh, thank you so much.
So, how did the project start? I guess we'll start off with that.
Okay, so there's always two sides to the story. I think Joe has a different view on it than I do. That is because we added Joe after 1 week of ideation, basically. So very originally, we wanted to do houses for avatars, right? And that is more, I'd say, philosophical idea in the first place, meaning that, we tried to create something that wasn't previously there and which would be the perfect analogy to real life, right? So everyone who has an avatar or a character that they walk around with or that they identify with, they don't want them to be homeless. That was really a funny original idea. Then I went out and asked all the people that I needed for it. Most were from my private network. Joe wasn't, and Joe was a different case in that sense because I got to know Joe in the space. We were becoming more and more of something like buddies and friends, and guys very talented in anything Discord. And I was like, hey Joe, you want to join us for the project? Is there anything you could help with? We started talking, and then that's where that happened. And then afterwards, from bringing the team together, the insane work hours started. I'm sure a lot of projects and teams can relate. A lot of problems you run into along the way, but now Properties is more than just homes for avatars. It's really something where we say it's a platform on Sandbox that we are trying to build that is more of a social network in that sense, right? We're hosting different communities, and just making sure that everyone has a platform to tell their story for different brands and different individuals. That's more the idea now. And on the NFT side, it's something where people can collect those buildings that will be present in our city, and they can have a say in what is happening with those buildings. How should they be designed in the interior? What should be going on around and in the building itself? And that's something we thought was quite fun, to have people, have a say in what's actually happening in the world instead of just entering it, giving them more of a governance aspect to it.
Cool. All right. So who made the buildings? I'm kind of running around in here, looking at the different ones you guys have. Like, is there one specific person that designed these?
Yeah. So we have a art team led by our art director, I'd say, Jam. And Jam is a friend of mine, Turkish roots, but also here from Germany. And he's amazing with everything that includes, just the vision. Not all buildings were fully done by him; most were, but we also had a smaller team that helped him to create some of those or create specific details of the buildings.
Okay. And I was reading that you guys right now there's only 6,000 buildings, right?
Right.
And do you guys ever plan on, I guess, adding more buildings to that in the future?
Yeah. I think there's a place for more buildings. Obviously, we're limited with the space, but no, it's something, as in real life, right? I love that analogy because it's just the most tangent one. We can find something that we like as an object or as a house, and we want to place it in a metaverse. We have every right to do so, and it's just fun for us to start with a certain base and then add to it along the way.
Yeah. No, like it's good. You don't want to go all in at the very beginning, and then you have too many buildings, and I think 6,000 is a good number. And like someone said in the chat, like, yeah, these do look really great. And I'm gonna like get more into the buildings. I'm glad that Slade put up the Emperor's Arena, because I was gonna ask you guys about the 101s and like the more exclusive special ones. I was saying this was like one of my favorite ones.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm not sure, Joe. What's your favorite building in all of the buildings?
Oh, I think my favorite building would have to be, kind of like the money pool.
Money pool. Okay. I was gonna ask how big is your guys' team? I know you guys have a really decent sized team.
Right now, the core team, Joe, correct me if I'm wrong, I think we're at 9. And then we have a team of 4 freelancers, a mod team, and an advisory board, which all are very active with us. So I'd say we could call them team, but obviously not full time. So 9 of us are between 30 to 50 hours minimum per week. Obviously, pre-launch, that was a lot more, and that we're trying to the 80 to 90 hour mark, which is crazy, obviously, but we got through it. Everything was very nice, and everything was very smooth for us. Not so many problems, which was something I think everyone can relate. Again, super stressful, but we managed to sell out in 5 minutes during the public sale in quite a tough market. So we were all very relieved. Maybe it was even too quick for me to really realize what was going on. Crazy.
When did you guys mint?
12th.
Both of December?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
2 weeks ago. Yeah. So that was fun.
Yeah. I mean, selling out in 5 minutes, that's impressive, especially with how the market's been. I feel like there's some up days, some down days. What was the mint price for them?
There was around, and there were different tiers depending on the whitelist, but there was around 0.85, I'd say, on average.
0.85.
Sorry, 0.05. 0.085.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was about to say, I was like 5 minutes at 0.85.
No.
But no, still, I mean, 0.08, like that December, like selling out in 5 minutes, that's impressive. So congratulations on that.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
And so
Felt like a very long 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
probably very nerve-wracking. Yeah, I could imagine.
Yeah.
It's, you guys are not only just, I guess buildings. I mean, there's a lot of different aspects to this. I mean, you guys are doing, multi-metaverse experiences. You guys are doing a game, and it's kind of like a collecting card game. If you want to kind of talk more about that.
Yeah, so that's on the NFT level. It's something where where you collect the cards, similar to maybe what you know from board games like Monopoly.
Yep.
You go collect a certain color, you form a certain area, right? In our case, it's a street, a district, or a city. Depending on that, you would receive more of our utility token, which is just that. It's purely a utility token for our ecosystem, meaning it's not really tied to financial rewards. It's more coming from a perspective of, hey, if you're interested in Sandbox and metaverses in general, that token will help you save money on purchasing them with what usually would be maybe ETH or something on Polygon, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we are giving people Sandbox assets for those utility tokens, but not directly financial rewards.
Okay. And the utility token that you're speaking of is bricks, right?
Right. So we're currently in good progress with launching the whole interface on the website, and it will be available probably within January, and rather sooner than later.
Yeah, I like the name too, like bricks, and it plays on buildings with bricks.
Yeah, if we were looking for the very plain bricks, was already taken. We just swapped it with the X, right?
I think bricks with an X is better than just regular bricks. I like it better.
Definitely.
Yeah, I love bricks.
So guys joining in the chat, we have about 140 people over here on Twitch.
Nice.
If you guys are not following the stream, make sure you guys follow the stream. Also, make sure you guys, if you guys are interested in properties, join their Discord, follow them on Twitter, and make sure you guys follow the SandStorm on Twitter. And we are going to be running a giveaway throughout this stream. There will be a form in chat that Mubot will be putting out that you guys need to fill out. We're going to be giving away 10 voxel shirts in the Sandbox from Properties. So fill out that form. Make sure you guys join that giveaway. And if anyone has any questions, feel free to drop them in chat, and we could try to answer them throughout the show or do some questions at the end. It just depends on what Slater decides to throw up on screen. So, yeah, so I'm into the gaming side of it because Monopoly is a great game, fun game to play. And, I know in Monopoly, the idea is you want to hold all the same color of a side of a street. Everyone wants Boardwalk and Park Place. So is there any advantage? I see that, you have, I'm not even going to try to say what that formula is. I know it's has to do, does it have to do with Elon Musk's son? He named him that, right?
Yeah,
the inspiration behind that?
It's very similar. So what it will be on Sandbox is all the red cards are more of a different planet world, right? And what it will be like on Sandbox is that it's a floating island, more or less symbolic for Mars, the planet, which is where Elon Musk famously wants to go. We thought to switch it up with the names to just hide that little Easter egg with a name that isn't exactly the one of his son, but something very closely reminding you of it. We had no clue whether he copyrighted that crazy name, so we just played the safe way.
Yeah, no, that's smart. I know there is you can get, I was looking at your guys' collection on OpenSea. There's like Elon's pad or house or something. There's there's a variation of something Elon that you can get. But yeah, I was gonna ask, so you have like yellow yards and purple palm. So like, is there any advantage to, I guess, getting like a full district of purple palms, or like a full city?
So exactly that's right where our tokens would you would get something for every house that you own, but if you form a street or a district or even a city, you would get specific bonuses that make those combinations more worthwhile than just plainly scattered color combinations.
Okay. So you earn more. You would earn more
You would earn
bricks
more.
essentially
Exactly.
for having the full set. Okay, I like that. It adds more of an aspect of deeper into the collection, making people want to make sure they get all of the yellow yards, and later on down the road, someone's going to join in and they're going to buy a yellow yard and then be like, I got to get the rest of them, and it's
Hey,
gonna.
that happened like crazy in the beginning, right? The first
Yeah.
day were people amassing their colors, and some people, pointed me towards, some wallets, and I checked them out, and they were like all green, and I was like, oh wow, okay, someone went all in on the green one.
All
So
agree.
those are questions, right, from a chat, if I'm getting that correctly.
Yeah, Poser Ninja S, do you plan to open it up to be any of the same color instead of the same exact street to increase trading and the ability of players to build cities themselves?
Yes. So right now we've seen that with our tokenomics there were some minor issues. They wouldn't mess with it in any way really, but it would feel unfair to some of the collectors, because mathematically, if you would play it all out, you would see that the red world, which is the Mars world, they would collect significantly more, which some people loved, some people hated it, and now we are reworking some of that before we're actually launching the whole interface and the bricks, because then it's more or less set in stone and we can change it. Right now we have a bit of time to make the right adjustments, right? We're learning with the community, we're getting the community in, getting their feedback, and if they say, hey guys, please change that, we might, right? And that's what we're currently working on. That's how we will treat it. With that being said, I think there are some mechanics that we are not able to adapt to too much right now. And that would be, having completely scattered color combinations. You could use 7 of the same card or different cards, but 7 of them would give you a imperfect street, let's say, and that would give you a bonus. But that's the way we accommodate for those people that have all different cards in their wallet.
Yeah, I like that. I was gonna say, I guess besides Monopoly, and what other like inspirations do you guys have? Like even just other NFT projects. Like, do you look at, I guess, that it got kind of inspired you guys?
Yeah, I think Joe.
If it's none, that's fine. Yes.
There is for the cities, right? There is, for example, Fortnite, where I have my friend's brothers
same
playing
naming
all the
convention.
time. Yeah. So you'd see those on all the others, other than the red one. You would see those double names that from Fortnite, right? Where we saw it's very easy for people to remember, and we have a lot of names in there. We might as well take some hints here, right? Then on the metaverse itself, it's something where we actually took inspiration from what would Facebook do or what would Instagram do, right? Give a free platform to content creators and allow them to draw in the attention, and then that in itself is a monetizable model to have attention in any place where you can advertise, right? So in the NFT space, we rather took took inspiration from what is already there, and please don't do that. Just to be a bit different, and ran us into a lot of questions because people weren't getting it. They were like, okay, where exactly are the traits? Why are you making a DAO? Okay, no. Are they breedable? Can those houses breed? No.
Can you breed the house? Where is this house's top hat? What is going on here?
Exactly. And where are the colorful laser eyes or the gold skin on it, right? So we'd see ourselves faced with a lot of questions because people were like, okay, that's different to what's out there. How can I evaluate that, right? It's not looking at the same sort of canvas and making the same decisions based on whether it's ticking that box or this box or that box. It was inherently different, which was initially very, very, also hard to communicate to people.
Yeah. Yeah, there definitely is a learning curve with some of these projects.
Yeah. And I welcome that. It's something that I think, obviously, if you get the same question, and I think we got the same kind of question 40, 50 times over a couple of weeks that we opened the Discord, just relaunch, really, right? And it's something that is super time consuming, but those learnings need to happen, and otherwise the whole space is not evolving. If in 10 years time, I'll be damned if we still have all different animals that are then pixelated afterwards, and there's the 3D version coming out. No criticism, right, to the ones that were originally doing it, but there are so many knockoffs that I get bored.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, 10 years from now, someone's going to hop in your Discord and ask when mint and how come there's no laser eyes. So
Yeah. Oh my God. So no, it's something, where I would like to see the space moving forward. We have a rapid pace, both properties, but the whole space in general, right? And how are we moving from there, and which learnings are we taking? Are we taking the learning that copying the project that worked is your best guess at making some quick bucks and then leaving the space? I think that would kill it over time, right? And there are so many good projects, and so many of them we're partnered with. We have 25 partners at the moment. How are they pushing the space, right? A lot of it is going into gaming, and I agree. I think gaming is one way to lure a lot of people in and to spend their time and get familiar with the space. The other one are all the other experiences. What can we create? There can be content, there can be video or audio content, there can be just social experiences where you just interact with like-minded people. And I think that's the interesting aspect, is how are we dealing with the space? Are we treating it as the quick cash grab, or are we actually here to devote some significant portion of our life to it and create something better that people can really enjoy, and that might be the new way of ownership in a digital environment?
Yeah, I'm glad
it's gonna be fun.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought up a lot of the stuff that you brought up, the aspect of, helping people learn and communities, because you guys are also, besides a game, you're wanting to create kind of a multi metaverse experience. And like you said, you have a lot of partners. So like, what exactly, are you guys working on with all the partners that you guys have?
Yeah. So I think we split it up, the question, to one, what are we doing with them? And then what are we working on right now, I think, is a better question for Joe. So I won't front run him on that. But really what I think, what we're offering originally to those partners is a space on our land that we're building for them for free, and where they can have a community clubhouse, something like a Soho social house, with different experiences in and around the building, to distribute their brand a bit more, to tap into new communities, and to have a fun addition to what they may have in their plans along the roadmap, or didn't even have in their plans in the first place and just came across us and were like, okay, that's cool, that's interesting. And then that's the whole idea, bringing all the communities together, forming this sort of circle of communities that are really interested in pushing the space and making things better for people, and creating a fun experiences where you might be bored of your project at any given day, right? Look around, you find another one that you think is cool. At the same time, those communities all have the exposure to all the other people, and I think that's just great in itself, because you get to know a lot more people and a lot more interaction will happen.
Yeah, I think for me, giving a space to smaller projects, or like giving a space to projects that don't have metaverse as a focus in the metaverse, and just growing out our like community in the metaverse itself is what excites me the most about 2022, right? I think once we can get into the metaverse, once we can get into Sandbox and the other metaverses and have built out there, I think it would be really fun and a really engaging way to keep communities engaged.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the next question was about what we're doing now, right?
Yeah.
So right now, we're working with the partners to kind of idealize what they envision for their clubhouses, for their spaces, so that we can kind of start figuring out how we can fit that into our, I guess, urban planning, because we want them to kind of be a part of our cities as well, not just like some far flung out place where all the clubhouses are, because I don't think that would be fun, right?
Mhm.
There would definitely be less cross interaction as well. And in like the NFT space, I still feel like that's a big thing, and that's a very important thing where collaboration just happens. It's kind of like the whole idea of how Conrad and I met, right? We met on a Discord, and then we started getting to know each other, and then we started talking with each other, and then we became friends, and then now we're doing this thing where like I'm seeing his face like every day.
Annoying, right?
But yeah, I think, yeah, to sum it up, we're working with our partners to build a clubhouse, and right now we are idealizing how we're gonna design it and how we're gonna and what type of like stuff they want, what type of experiences they want, things like that.
Yeah. Oh, so you guys are building this in the sandbox. You guys have land, and like how big is that land?
It will be a 6x6 land that we're building on. Where right now we're discussing to expand that already. Let's see if we do it. Right now, for now, it's a 6x6.
Okay.
But with new partners, we've just opened our form for allocation 2, which is the next set of partners. Again, 25. It will probably stay with those batches, I think. Otherwise, it gets too much to handle for what the team capacity is right now. But those will all be in close proximity to each other. And then with Form 2, we have around 45-ish new applications just in the last week from different projects. Some are relatively small. Some bigger ones also approached us, some like 4 or 5 times our size in terms of following. We just need to have those discussions to see what they're envisioning, whether that fits our narrative, and how we could merge that in a way, right?
Yeah. I don't know, like when you guys were talking about it, I kind of envisioned like, one project's social hub being like, and then in this building, and then like across the street, like another project social hub, and
imagine
like what you guys are planning to do.
maybe imagine it like a Grand Theft Auto world, right? Where you have a central business district with specific types of buildings. You drive out a bit, you might have a more rural or suburban area. And, the partner buildings are all placed or supplemented in there, right? You find maybe one that fits more of a suburb type, just because their project is like that. Some are maybe I'm making a project up right now, the business apes, right? And they fit right into the narrative of what a CBD would look like. So now you're placing everything contextually and on brand, which is, I think, super important. Hey, that guy steering the avatar is a pro. Wow.
This is me doing this.
Oh, wow.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you played a lot already. I'm not navigating that safely.
Running around a little bit, but yeah, this is I don't know if you guys have checked out the SandStorm Social Hub, but we do have our little art gallery in here. Still need to add some more pieces.
Nice.
Yeah, you need a properties piece. I see that right away. No, but I see a question here. Who are the advisors for Properties NFT, right? So there are big names in there. Yes, so we have Josh Ong as our communication advisor. People may know him from Twitter, at Beijing Do, I think it is.
Mhm.
And then we have Boomer from Landwald, who we are building with for Sandbox. He's the co-founder of Landvault. We have Sam Lee, who's ex vice president at the NBA, who's now investing in different projects with his own investment vehicle, Calvert Drive Ventures. Then we have someone from a Swiss bank who's helping us to get all the investor relations done. We have a ton more people. Not even all of them are on the website yet, but we needed them. Everyone, played a part in it. Some parts were maybe just a connection that happened very naturally that helped us in one way. Some others were, connection to a connection. It made a connection, and somehow, that helped us. Everyone helped us, and they all did it graciously, and we're at least I'm very grateful. I know the team is, so I'm speaking on their behalf as well. Was super important to have those guys. Honestly, we probably would have done a lot worse without them.
Yeah, there's a lot of great people in the NFT space
for sure.
And there's a lot of people willing to help each other out.
Yeah,
that's why I love the space, at least.
yeah, there is, and it's so small right now, and and still growing, and that's kind of like, I like what you guys are doing with, helping out smaller communities, that don't necessarily have the investment money to go out and make their own social hub or be a part of the metaverse, and you guys are helping them and helping people learn.
Yeah, I think that's a cool part, right? In the first place, that was the idea. And it quickly moved into bigger and bigger projects that are, again, far bigger than us, right? Up to a factor of maybe 10, 12x in some instances. And we've grown a lot, but they are still that big. And I think it's cool now. We made some jokes here and there that we're helping projects grow or revive them if they're, if they got boring over time. And I think a lot of projects are facing those plateaus where they are a bit stagnant in growth, or interest or activity just isn't there because someone else is catching that very limited attention and activity in the space for the moment. And I think that's a natural thing, but we kind of usually saw that when we partnered with someone, their community got very excited. Our people went there to check them out the other way, and it kind of went very naturally and flawlessly from there.
Yeah. I think the tight knitness is a good, but it also limits the market quite a bit.
Yeah,
100%. I think working with our partners have allowed us to kind of give them something, but then they also help us out with like just the knowledge that they share.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely needs to be more people in the space for all of this to continue growing, because
definitely.
With 50 different animal projects coming out a day, there's too much breeding going on, and
right. I always feel like it's not the right thing to say per se, right? Where I feel bad that I might attack someone who I don't want to attack, but it's just getting very crowded, and I have a hard time seeing mass adoption split up to all of those projects. There needs to be some limitation to that, and where I would just wish and also hope for those people that are creating those projects that they're not falling for the false impression that whatever they did, I can replicate that and do the same and be successful as well. I think there might be some tough awakening for some of those people along the way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like you said, I mean, unfortunately, if there's money involved, you're going to have people that are just cash grabbing, and there's definitely a lot of, there's a lot of the profile picture communities that are really strong, and they've built really strong communities. Yeah. Like the Lazy Lions, for instance, they have, a massive community. A lot of people are really into the Lazy Lions, and, one of them that I'm a part of, Sappy Seals, there's a lot of people that are really into that. But then there's some of them that come out, they hype up this big mint, they mint, they sell out, and then a week from now, it's like, is Dev dead? Where's the Dev at? He's not in Discord. What happened?
Yeah.
And it was just kind of like a cash grab.
Yeah, but I think right there's what I saw with a lot of projects where I knew them from before launch and what happened after launch. Usually, right, you see that there's a certain fatigue with the amount of work that they can produce. It was the same for me in my case, right? There were those 20 to 22-hour days on a very regular basis, not every day, but a lot of days were like that, where sleep was very limited, also due to its time zones. You'd see that at some point your body is giving you those signals, right? Where suddenly some part in your body starts hurting or aching, and you're like, oh no, man, I should have slept more. I think it was fair. The team, everyone in the team took 3 to 4 days off now post launch. Obviously, with the holidays, that amounted to a bit more. But I see that with all the projects that we're following or partnering with that were pre-launch and then post-launch, you'd see that they had to slow it down for just a tad for making sure their health is okay.
Yeah.
Long term, that might pay off a lot more than being active 24 or 22/7. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, the whole no sleeping thing was very evident the closer we got to launch, right? Like it gets more nervous, more nerve-wracking. I don't know, maybe this is a part where people don't really see, at least for myself, before like I really got involved building projects. This was not something that I thought happened. I thought, I guess naively, that people slept. And then now, like, it just doesn't happen as often as people think. I guess for myself, I was also like ignoring. Oh, he left.
Oh yeah, he said he had a
I guess-
package.
Yeah, I was talking too much, but yeah, it's like, up to a certain point, and then after launch, I think that's when my body really gave up. And okay, this is like kind of something semi-personal, but I think when we are launching a project, there's a lot of things that you give up, right? And for me, it was a lot of like my real life relationships that I neglected. And I think, after launch, that was when I was like, all right, I'm calm. Now we have like the funds to do what we actually are setting out to do. And like gives me a lot more relaxation and really like the ability to think and and just go do more real life like relationship stuff, stop ignoring people.
Yeah. Which that's important. If you're going all in, and like you said, like not sleeping, not having any type of outside world interaction, you're gonna lose your mind, and it's just not gonna be fun anymore. And I think a big part of this still does need to remain to have fun and have fun with what you're doing.
Oh, 100%. I think having fun is the most important thing in this space. For me, it's like, we're here doing something crazy and there is money involved. There's, I guess, like a lot of money involved, but it enables you to really have a lot of fun as well in the meantime, right? Like the whole reason I freaking love this whole metaverse thing is because, I was a gamer when I was younger, and like virtual worlds and like being in a game, it was where I met, I would honestly say, like my best friends for, I don't know, a good chunk of my like middle school, high school time period. So I really understand and really see how like online communities actually will make a difference, right? Like, man, I never thought I would be doing this after after I never thought I would be doing this for like a job.
Yeah, no, it's definitely, I'm glad to be a part of this and glad to be, I guess, just be early, as everyone says.
No, I think there's there's another question coming in. Can you play special properties on your own sandbox land as well? Yeah, that's the plan. So we're figuring out the logistics of it right now, but Sandbox already told us there would be no problem if people are, owning that asset. They can place it there, right? And for us, it's something where we are giving people that own that specific building the Sandbox version of it, airdropping it to them, and then they could place it on their own land if they own it.
Okay, and that's actually good that it segues into like the next, I guess, part that I want to talk about is just kind of like Genesis collection. I know that you guys said that it's the ability, to place that building on your land. Would you be able to place it on, I guess, someone else's land? Like, say if you don't own any land, and like someone allowed you to build on their land, could you do that, or no?
I guess if somebody allows, I mean, as far as I know, right now, Sandbox doesn't have the ability to like rent lands out, right?
Okay.
So I don't see how that would be possible. But I mean, if somebody gives you their land for you to like build on, then technically
you can do whatever, I guess.
Yeah. So
Exactly,
technologically, you'd be able to build on land if you own it, or if the owner of that Sandbox account allows you to use their account to build there. That's as far as it goes right now, to protect the land and the stuff that is happening on the land for those owners. That's the limitation, but I think it's a good limitation. It's nothing that creates chaos per se.
Yeah. And actually, real quick, I did want to mention again in the stream, make sure you guys are following the stream. If you're watching on YouTube, subscribe. Make sure you guys are in the Properties Discord. Follow them on Twitter. And there is also a giveaway in the chat that Mubot has been posting a sign-up link for you guys to sign up, giving away 10 voxel shirts in the Sandbox from Properties. So make sure you guys sign up for that in the chat.
You can look good when Sandbox is open for everyone.
I know I have nothing. Look, I'm naked.
Yeah, man. No offense, it looks kind of boring.
I know everyone's got like Christmas sweaters on.
Yeah. We need to swag you out a bit more, my guy.
Yeah, I need to update my voxel here. So yeah, more about the Genesis collection, like the utility to it. You guys said that it gives you access to future collections and products and events. Can you guys talk more about like what products and like what events you guys have planned in the future?
Yeah. So let's split it up. Right. The products would be metaverse assets per se. Right. That could be outfits, different looks, maybe a pet. Animated pets are, I think, coming also. If we are able to do them the way we envision them, meaning they're actually lively and not following a very simple animation where they're just turning in circles, but where they really feel like pets. If that's possible, we're going to do it. And then it's really becoming something similar to Sims, right? The game where you could have different outfits, different objects, and we'd have a marketplace, but we'd also airdrop some casual ones to our holders. So you might get lucky, or you can use your Bricks tokens to buy those things and place them on whatever you have on your land as well, or on your avatar, right, which you can use universally.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. A lot of go ahead.
House parties. Who's hosting first? I like that. Sorry, you go
ahead. I think there's a lot of things we want to do, and like our partners that we've, some of the partners that we're speaking with, like they want to do some pretty cool and like stuff that's not technologically doable right now on Sandbox, and hopefully in the next couple months, as Sandbox gets closer to launch, we see more things opening up, right? Like water physics. I think that would be pretty cool. Somebody was talking about like lighting and like ambiance, having a dark room and being able to lit it up, things like that. I think things like that will open the world, or open Sandbox really to having a more customizable experience where we can like do and like where we can really do things that is not possible in real life, right? And I think that's the key point for everyone. It's not to mimic real life, it's to have an experience, have like an out of this world experience.
Yeah, enhance real life.
Yeah,
Real life is boring.
I think
know.
right. To
Real
add
life
to
is
that
painful.
point, depends. When you sleep more, I think it will get better for you. No, I think adding to Joe's point is right. What are limitations in real life that metaverse is very, very capable of bridging? Right, is something that, for example, we're talking to some quite famous athletes. I'd say, I don't know if Joe would agree, but we see that for them it's no problem to be there and meet fans and do one-to-ones, right?
Yeah.
That's cool. That's interesting, I think, because those celebrities, they could be interacting with fans on a much more personal level without really fearing their security. And
Yeah.
that's I think a big one, where we already see that with Snoop, right? Where we see that already with the DJs such as Deadmau5, and how are people interacting with them? It's much more closer, and it's much more of something of a familiar feeling, where now Snoop is my buddy because I met him in the metaverse, right? Which is a cool thing. You're friends with the digital Snoop then, but that's his digital identity, and that's the one you're interacting with, which is still at least on behalf of Snoop.
Yep. Yeah, and I was like, it just makes me think of there's like a really popular Twitch streamer, Aiden Ross, who kind of like he got kind of really popular because he used to play NBA 2K with LeBron James' son.
Yeah.
And one of the games, after like a game, LeBron hopped on the mic and was like, "Hey, yo, what up?" And like he was talking to him for like a minute or two, but still, just like that experience, he was freaking out. Everyone in the chat was freaking out, and it's like you said, like imagine you can hop in an event and 10,000 people can't talk to Snoop Dogg at an event or even hear what he's saying, really. But if you're in here and he's like talking to you and you're hanging out with Snoop Dogg, then that's just a different experience.
Absolutely. I mean, we're in contact with some of my favorite athletes. Guess what kind of feeling that is? That's crazy. Mostly you don't see them. Yeah, you see their management, but it's still something where like, if we could work something out, and so far we haven't, so people don't get too excited. we are in good talks, right? And it's something that takes a lot longer than NFT to NFT project, and then just fusion kind of Dragon Ball Z style.
Yeah.
It's more of a making sure their brand is respected, they're put into the right context again, and all the people that they are onboarding are safely handled, right? That's super important to all of them.
Mhm.
And that's something I'm looking for, is making sure we're bringing new brands to NFTs and to the metaverse as well, to grow the space, but also to get the right kind of experience for them, and making sure their brand is handled the right way.
Yeah. Okay. And we do have a little bit of time here left, and I just wanted to ask a couple more things. I know in the beginning you mentioned voting rights, and the Genesis collection holders do have the power to vote on stuff. I guess, like, what different things can people vote on, and just, I guess, tell me a little bit more about that.
So if you could move into the hall in front of you, the Galleria kind of, I think that's a good example, right? Is the reception desk, right? What kind of reception desk do you guys want? If you're a owner of that building, of that hall now, with maybe a few others, let's have a voting mechanism, and vote on the reception. Should it be this guy, or should it be a big bald muscular avatar that is more of a bouncer? Do you want that CyberKong at that spot, or should it be somewhere else? Where should we place maybe a dance floor or something? And and that's kind of the way we imagine our interactions to happen. Obviously, that's always up to the owners, right? If they're interested and active, there will be probably some fun stuff in their buildings. If not, then not. That's something we can't really influence too much. Same with DAOs, right? If there's some people in a DAO that are not participating, the whole thing won't work as great as the utopian idea behind it.
Okay. And then the Hall of Fame. So I did see that. I guess people that minted the project are going to be immortalized in the Hall of Fame.
Absolutely. I mean, I think for as far as utilities go, right, we have a lot of discussions on utility lately because we went with a long-term utility primarily, meaning, when Sandbox is there and ready to market, that's when most of our things really strike. But what are we doing in the meantime? How are we bridging that? And there it's something, what can we do, right? It's something is reputational, prestigious. That's something people really like. Uniqueness, we can't really offer that unless it's a very special building like the Emperor's Arena here. But it's something, where people look for quick monetary gains, might run us into legal problems. So we're not messing with that, especially in the US with the SEC. There might be some trouble coming to people who are distributing direct financial rewards very much so, right? We don't know, right? I talked to some lawyer recently who said technically you'd also need a KYC on each and every one of the original minters to stay compliant. I'm like, oh, okay.
It's going to be difficult.
Yeah, exactly. So there's a lot of stuff that we've been blind to. We were already, the cautious guys that were more on the compliance side of things. I bet there, especially with our degen space, let's call it, right? We will find a lot of people that were just blind to everything for the quick buck, and might be a rough awakening. They might get very lucky and just get away with everything. We don't know, right? But that's something where we are looking to, provide short-term utility that plays to fun, that plays to experiences, that plays to prestige, and those are three ones that we're looking for. And having a say in what a house should look like on the in and outside and what the experiences should be, it's definitely cool. A Hall of Fame is that prestigious part. They might get specific lucky NFT drop where they get some outfit that is very unique to them, and they might be the only owner of that specific T-shirt. Those are things that we think are exciting, that are not directly distributing financial rewards, right? You see that with Fortnite and their success. There was never any penny paid to the people. They were just playing it for the sake of playing it. Plus, they had their cool outfits that were doing very well to signal some sort of status, which is, I think, always important in gaming and the gaming space.
Yeah. And I guess just kind of to wrap it up here, right now, you guys are primarily working with Sandbox, within the Sandbox. I know you guys said that you want to be even on different chains. I guess, where do you guys see Properties within like the next year or 2 years?
I think it's interesting to have both perspectives. So Joe goes first, I go second.
I think okay. So for me personally, early this year, I really got into VR and augmented reality stuff. Like, I don't know, I guess sometime in August, I got my Oculus and kind of got addicted to it. So where I see Properties being next year, right? I would definitely love us to be in a VR world. But that also comes with the whole limitations on, like, is it financially, does it make sense financially? Because I think we have to understand that first and foremost we are a business, and when we start paying people full time, people need to get paid, and we don't want to kind of be throwing money at things that have no value, right? And right now, I think my biggest concern with VR is that it's so expensive to get into. I think my Oculus cost me about $500. And if no one's gonna be using it, like, is there a point for us building in a VR metaverse where land already? I think Somnium Space land costs about $12K right now. Things like that. I think I want to be in VR, but not sure. But there are other metaverses that I think are popping up as well that will give like a taste of what we want to do on Sandbox. I still 100% believe that like Sandbox is probably one of the metaverses where you have the most customizability, and the whole play to earn mechanics, the whole combat mechanics, even though it's rough right now, I think that they're gonna develop a lot upon it, and they have a boatload of money to develop. So very high hopes for Sandbox, but right, 2022, yeah, I'd love to be on virtual reality.
Yeah, I think
Love to
VR
watch-
is like progressing a lot too, because
yeah.
when I think about the first Oculuses and stuff like that, like it felt like you were like hooked up to some crazy machine and you're all bogged down. And my friend was telling me that he bought one for his daughter for Christmas, and he's like, it's like wireless now. I think the new Facebook one is wireless.
Yeah, so I got the Oculus 2, and it's like you literally just put it on, and then you have the app running on your phone, on your computer, and that's it. Like, yeah, years ago, I remember like you have to have a purpose-built setup, and it was just like
wasn't user friendly.
Yeah.
And I see like I think about like stuff like flat screen TVs, and it's funny because I was watching Elf during Christmas, and Peter Dinklage, when he was in there, he was like talking about how he has like 7 homes and they all have 70-inch plasma screen TVs. I'm like, remember when a 70-inch flat screen was like a flex? And now like you could get one at Walmart for like $600. So like I could kind of see the same thing with Oculus in the future, where they make them more affordable and more accessible to people as they're being made.
I think that's definitely happening, right? Otherwise, if Facebook invests or Meta invests into being Meta, with a handsome sum of money, you'd see them probably create far more affordable options or versions of the product to make sure that what they're actually investing in will be visited by as many people as possible in the most immersive way. And yeah, I think that's my kind of vision of what properties should be, is a mini Meta, in a way that we're not the evil ones, at least to the NFT space, right? But we're people that bring people together. I talked to a VC recently. I told them, we want to have people my age and older to feel like kids again, and give people the ability to be whoever they want to be without being judged, to find like-minded people, and to connect in times of social diversity, but in a way where the diversity gets bad and there's groups forming. We don't want to. We want to have the metaverse as a happy place for people, where they can just leave reality for a moment, not too much. Obviously, I always say stay in touch with reality as much as possible. Give them an option to still just have fun, really, and make sure that your life, if it's getting too much, just log in for a bit and have fun with friends, and then go back and face your problems, because you won't ever escape real life as much as you want to.
Yeah, I agree.
You are my friend.
Well, I really do appreciate you guys coming on. This is a great show. I thank you guys for putting up with me for an hour and speaking with me.
Oh, it was a pleasure.
And
That's great, man. We
do have our giveaway winners. I will try to read these off quick, but this might be like some substitute teacher activity. It's ITTV, Mr. Winning, Kaylin I Family, Dang Q, Pete Petcherat, probably saying that wrong. I apologize. Grumpf, Scarlet Baby Blue, Brickimist. I don't try saying that wrong. Berlisco, Darling Daniel, Slaterhead. We'll be in contact with you guys. We guys have all your names. Congratulations to the winners. Apologize if I butchered your name, but congratulations.
That will always happen. That will always happen with those names.
Yep. Yeah, thank you guys for coming on to the show. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Was honestly great fun. And yeah, thanks for having us. Hopefully, let's do that one more time somewhere next year. If everything is built out, you're invited to our world, and we do the same stuff there. And you run around like a pro there.
I would love to do that. I think we can set something up like that.
Sure.
Perfect. Okay.
All right. Thank you guys for tuning into the stream. Once again, make sure you guys are following Properties. Check them out. Join their Discord. Make sure you guys are following the SandStorm stream. Follow us on Twitter. And we will be live again on Friday, same time, 12 o'clock Eastern, 5 p.m. or 5 UTC time, I think. Still learning UTC time. I think that's the right time.
The time zones are horrible.
I know.
UTC.
I always have to Google UTC, but it's 12 o'clock Eastern time. Make sure you guys are following the stream. Come hang out again for another show.
Time zones are the only time I wish for a flat earth. Okay, guys. Thanks.
Yeah, no, thank you very much.